Guys, what's going on? It's MrFoggia back here with another episode of Score Hero. Yes, that's right. You're thinking back-to-back episodes of uploads? Well, because this one here actually has caught my eye. Now I know what you're going to wonder. What's going on? Why am I saying it's caught my eye? I've got to count these in my head, those 6. Oh no, that's such a poor pass. So, we're going to be talking about in this one, number one thing on YouTube trending at the minute, and arguably everyone wants to hear about it, was KSI versus Logan Paul stage. Now, here's the obvious answer that people want me to say, and I do want to say myself, but I know it wasn't. It's yes. It was. It was clearly staged. That the fact that they were going to draw the fight and the rematch was going to be involved. However, there is not, and I mean there is not enough evidence showing that it was staged. And that's the thing, when it comes to, when you want proof, you need evidence. Now I know what some of you are going to say. Well, the most obvious thing about this fight was the fact that there's a rematch clause. Yes, but because there is a rematch clause does not mean it was staged. Now I know what you're going to say next. What do you mean with a rematch clause it was not staged? Yes, the rematch clause did cause controversy, but the overall outcome itself did not make any sense. Now, when you come to boxing, I know a lot of you will be wondering, how does it work in terms of boxing? The way how it should work is by scorecard. When it comes to the scorecard, whoever has the highest when it comes to scorecard wins the fight. So if it was in the fight, it was 58, 57, 57, 57, 58, 58 to KSI, getting the 58 to 57, KSI would win the fight. However, on determinant of this fight, I found it kind of interesting the fact that first off the fight was so close in the results, and then second off I found it even more interesting about the fact that KSI and Logan Paul drew. Because the thing what caught my eye, and I said it will catch my eye, is what happens if KSI and Logan Paul, apologies for that, Logan Paul draw? Well, it's very clear what's going to happen. A rematch clause, and it would make so much sense. Now, I know a lot of the other people will be going on about what a fight it was, this, that, and the other, and I'm going to explain to you how, from a boxing point of view, the fight looked. Don't get me wrong, Logan Paul was very confident, very cocky, as well as KSI during the fight. It wasn't like a proper tense, aggressive, I've got a personal grudge against you boxing match. It was more, oh, we're here and we're here to show off and this and that. Like the way how they confronted each other at certain points. And the thing what caught my eye about this whole fight is the way how people were reacting to the fight. Now, it weren't your typical, yeah, this is a great boxing match. Two guys really want to go at it and hurt each other. But no, it was a, let's do boxing. Let's have fun. And let's just hope no one gets injured. Because that's the type of fight it was. It wasn't, as I said, for me, it was not a top class fight. And it's a shame because they did show they both can box at points. But we both know out of the two, KSI won the fight. If you're watching this and thinking Logan Paul won the fight, I'm going to explain to you how it did not happen like how people think and Logan Paul won in the fight. Yes, KSI Logan Paul drawed. First off, yes, they did in the eyes of the judges have that result, but many people on the outcome said it after round 2, Logan Paul was dazed for some reason, and it just was the KSI show. KSI dominated with the amount of hits, the amount of damage done in the last 4 rounds, and overall KSI would have knocked out Logan if the bell did not ring. Now I know what you're going to say. There's no evidence again proving that. Now, the way how you got to look at the boxing fight itself was the way how the fight was presented. And the fact that the way how Logan was fighting, hugging KSI to stop it was the interesting thing for me, because in a boxing match it's very rare. KSI already got warned about the way how he was fighting. He was fighting very dirty. Don't get me wrong, KSI is a dirty fighter, and this fight proved to people how dirty of a fighter KSI is. But if you're telling me Logan didn't fight dirty, then you're denying it. But I will say this: out of the two, KSI was the more dirty fighter. And it's quite surprising considering KSI had a boxing match and KSI had the experience with him. But the thing what caught my eyes, I said, about this fight in particular was how the fight went down. Now, obviously, there was a couple other fights which were on the card. And to be honest, they caught my eye with a bit more attention. You had the Logan Paul KSI, which was the main event. But before that, you had an average fight between Deji and Jake Paul, the brother of each of them. Deji lost the fight. Arguably, Jake Paul deserved it. But the determination of Deji's fans was insane. And the fact that Deji has a chance of going out saying, "You're not really a loser, we are proud of you," sort of thing. That's what you want to see in a boxing match. That sort of atmosphere. Not the fact that a lot of things was like the fans were celebrating too early and stuff like that. You also had FaZe Sensei against, I can't remember who he fought. Basically, FaZe Sensei won his match. KSI's personal trainer, well, not personal trainer, guide, I would say, guide guru. Is that better? Oh, I can't do this one. I guess I can if I get a header on the crossbar. So that was the second match, and then in the final match, and this one caught my eye the most, and you'll see why it did. Nah, just one. Didn't even get the two headers. It's hard, this one, because you got to time all of them to perfection. Great ball. Yes, I got the crossbar. Yes. Header back. Please go in. Yes. And I think I might have done it this time. If I don't mess this up, I might have done it. Let's go for the simple pass. Please go in. Yes! 97 done. Let's go on to 98. We're doing all of them up to 100. So yes, we're going to go over a lot of fights. So we're going to start off with the most interesting fight of the night, in my opinion, which was KSI versus Logan Paul. And in your opinion, was the fight staged? So everyone knew the rematch was speculated. Everyone knew about the, shall I say, the terms of the fight. So, but the fact that it was a tie, KSI looked a bit more dominant and had more stamina, which was quite surprising considering Logan did a lot of fitness when he was younger. So, I was very surprised by how much, don't take this in the wrong way, how much KSI did do in the fight to Logan, because I thought Logan is one of those who was very keen on his very fitness, and he was very, because anyone that saw the fight, I know a lot of you are going to say, why do you watch YouTube drama fights? Why not? I said I don't get involved in drama. Well, this is the thing. When you follow trends, you have to follow trends properly. And the thing is, I don't really like watching trends, because obviously right now everyone is playing Fortnite, and I'm going to be honest, I've never played Fortnite, and I don't intend on playing Fortnite, because Fortnite is not a type of game which I'll play. I don't play Battle Royale games, which is quite interesting to say, but I don't. So that was that. So what was my thoughts of the whole fight card? Now, I'm going to go through this by fight. First off, start off with the fights. I only remember a few of these fights. I don't remember every single fight, so I do apologise if I miss one or two of the interesting fights out. Start off with Momo versus Rossi HD. That was a standard fight in my opinion. Oh my gosh, that should have been a goal. Yeah, that's so light. If I put just a tiny bit more power in that, that would have been a goal. So we start off with Momo versus Rossi HD. Momo FIFA 1. Again, this is one of those which didn't really have a grudge behind it. It was one of those which were uploaded for the views, just for the sake of boxing. Like one of the undercards which just wanted to box, similar to like a lot of the KSI Joella card. Second off was Scaris versus Raka, which I remember. Obviously, I've probably missed out one or two. As I say, if I do miss out a fight, I do apologise. and Scaris was not very strong in the fight. Raka did win, fair enough. But Raka went in like full on energetic, full on enthusiastic. I was quite surprised with how well Raka did in that fight. He was very entertaining to watch in the fight, to be honest. Like, if you want to watch fighting, Raka was a good one to watch. Then you had Coach Richard versus JMX. A lot of people were talking smack about this fight. JMX, obviously, he's made himself a bit more relevant with the content that he's done is quite shameful on YouTube, according to some people. But to be honest, JMX is one of those, again, you wouldn't expect it, but he actually did quite good boxing. In the end, he did get the win. So that was a good thing for JMX. Silencing the critics, as I say. I do tend to think that's a good thing when it comes to YouTube. Silencing your critics is a key thing. A lot of people don't understand that. But silencing your critics is one of the most important things. Then we had Anis and Gibb. I can't remember who fought. I think it's TGF. Something. TGF. I know it's TGF something. No. Alright, I'll do Mission 100 at the start of the next episode. I've done already a lot, and I still want to finish off this episode with a bit of news. TGF J, I think it was, and Anis and Gibb did win that in the end, very dominant. They looked like in the end, done the things what he needed to improve upon. What I will say about the boxing is you definitely got your money's worth. You can't complain. You got even the live performance from Bugsy Malone. So, if you do want to say a lot of things, this was a pay-per-view and this and that, and it was YouTube, it was full of drama, this, that and the that. The boxing was above par. I wouldn't say anything more than above par, to be honest. A couple fights did stand out for their obvious reasons. The content, the fact that the way how the fight ended was controversial, yes. Do I feel like there was any good things out of the fight? Honestly, no. There's a few things you can pick up. Obviously, there's going to be a rematch. This really made Logan Paul more relevant, trying to make him forget what he's done in the past, and KSI more relevant. Deji and Jake Paul more relevant. KSI's obviously bringing along the sidemen after their charity match and the thing. But one thing, what I will say, and no one has got to be ashamed of, is the amount of work these four guys have done. And it's not just simple work. I mean, literally, I look at the diss tracks, which obviously was a bit annoying to watch. The diss tracks, I'll be honest, I don't really like when people make songs up about each other. But KSI's diss track is a work of art. And I know a lot of diss tracks lyrics, a lot of people didn't hear them. But the lyrics on some of the songs were average, like Jake Paul's Champion, which he was. The song actually is relevant. Deji's song Waste Man, one of the good songs actually, kind of his best diss track, I'll be honest. One of the good songs out of it. Logan Paul and Dear KSI, it was good, but if you compare it to what KSI did with On Point, the whole song On Point was perfect, all the references and everything like that. Even the lyrics, absolutely perfect. A lot of people do not actually understand where they went with it, but I'm going to admit, KSI versus Logan Paul, overall, is 7 out of 10. The reason why it won't be high is because of the way how it went down, the results of the main event, and the fact that the rematch and a couple of fights already being planned in advance, with Anis and Gibb versus Joella announced. KSI will obviously have his rematch with Logan Paul. It will be interesting to see if Jake Paul will defend his belt. It will be interesting to see if Deji will have a fight. And the next one, it'll be interesting to see where people do go. So it'll be definitely interesting to see what happens in the next couple of months on YouTube regarding this drama. But for me, the main point of the drama is now finished. Obviously, we're going to have to wait until 2019 for the rematch, and hopefully people do enjoy it. I know a lot of people, you've already listened to a lot of people's reviews, so feel free to do that. A lot of people were doing it, things, but I will say this. Regarding the money-wise of this pay-per-view and the views-wise of this pay-per-view, it done well. it done extremely well. And the fact that people question how well it done is kind of obvious. You think about each person which bought it was £7 per person who watched it, and this is not considering this was being streamed or something like that. The thing what did make it odd, it was a pay-per-view, but the thing is, a lot of people watched it, and they can't really complain. As I said, they got their money's worth with the performances and the boxing on the night. Don't get me wrong, the last one was free, and you got a couple interesting things on the thing, like a proposal, a couple interesting fights. Obviously, the main event and the belt and all that, where this one was a bit more, as I said, a bit controversial. The ending where the two guys were acting like they won. That was another thing what kind of annoyed me about the fights, when they acted like they won. I realised a lot of the time it was done with Vidal Riley as coach. Now, I don't know if Vidal's tactic is to make them look like they won, showing they actually won, because if it did, it did work. Did it work the whole way through? Up to you guys. I don't know. I'm going to throw 3 questions out there. Did KSI win the fight because he got the higher scorecard out of the 3 judges? Are you guys looking forward to the rematch? And did you guys enjoy this episode of Score Hero? If you did, please do leave a like down below in the comments. Comment down below what you want to see. As I said, I'm going through an experimental stage on YouTube again to get used to the algorithm and stuff. So, yeah. And also, if you do want to see a couple more videos, do let me know. I won't be doing the Premier League's predictions because I am now 3 weeks behind everyone else if I do this prediction, and I don't really think it'll get any views. You're supposed to do the predictions in advance, not behind. But I can do like a short thing showing what I did do for the BPL. I did also do the Calcio A predictions because, as I said, that is the demographic that I feel like I want to go into. But if you guys, I know the most 2 common leagues are BPL and Calcio A, Serie A, depending on where you're coming from. Everyone has their own way of saying it. Italian football, some people even call it. Same as the Italians call it in it, English football. Or that. Anyway, I hope you guys do enjoy. Sorry about the background noise if you do hear a bell or two. It's just nothing what I can do. As I say, it's one of those interesting things which I'm trying to mute, but I can't. Anyway, see you all next time. Peace.